Let me go through what I brought on the Camino Portuguese, the gear stuff, in case you want to see. Right, let's start with the Much Troubled poncho. This is the one from Decathlon, their own brand. I think it's a medium. I'm gonna get a large, extra large if I can get away with it. It was just slightly small over my water bottle holder. Very good though, sleeves for the win. And it's very long actually, so it was very good. These are my pants I was wearing when it was not super hot. The Mountain Warehouse ones, very happy with them. They were a little bit warm on some of the days, which is why I wore my leggings for some of it. But being a chubbier girl, I suppose that these have maybe rubbed a little bit and they will not be going on another adventure after this. My favorite shirt in the whole world, the blue Berghaus. Let me show you. I love it. It's actually for skiing, I think. It's really thin, but it gets really nice and warm, but you can open it so it's airy. Berghaus. It's on its last legs, I'm afraid. It's starting to come apart here and there, but I absolutely love it. I don't think they make it anymore. I haven't been able to find it, but that makes me very sad because it's very good. I brought these two tunics. I could have gotten away with just one because I wear them over stuff to sort of, you know, warm a little bit and look nicer, I guess. They're quite big, which I like, which, you know, they kind of cover. So I brought two. They're quite heavy. The most important thing about them, I guess, is they are quick drying. So if you want to look into that kind of stuff, make sure it dries quick, because often you will be washing it by hand and hoping it'll be dry by morning, which is not always the case. So we also brought bandanas. This is just a generic one from Amazon, and it was very good. I used it to cover my neck when it was really sunny, and even though I'm wearing sunscreen, I do tend to burn, so that was very good. And of course to dry your hands and stuff. And the buff with the story that you may have already seen. Buff was very good. I would always take that. This was actually very good to have when the sandstorm hit as well, because it covered the whole face almost. So the shoes and the socks are always going to be a bit of a discussion point, I guess. So we have been using these. They are in gingy, and as you can see, they're toe socks. We call them piggy socks because the little piggy is going to them. I think they're smart wool or wool based. They dry really quickly and they're very good. I've not had blisters at all, and I have seen some people's feet in the forums and people we've met, and they've had problems with their little pinky toes. And I really think that it would help if they had a lot of space around. Their shoes might be a bit small, and also that their toes were covered, each one. But it's, you know, try it and see if you like it. It has a bit of a thing to get used to wear them. Right, so as a lady, I brought this. It is a piddle cloth. This side is waterproof, the other side is not, and then it's got silver infused, so it should smell less. It snaps onto your backpack, and if you used it, you just close it up like this. It'll still dry. If you've seen my bag in the videos and seen this hanging off, that's what that's for. So don't leave paper, people, don't do that. Okay, I brought underwear, of course, sunglasses that you've seen. Yeah, that was a great show, I think. Right, more clothing. The Bastash Sun Hoodie. I know Keith absolutely adores his, and I have liked mine. I've worn it mainly for warmth, I will admit, a couple of times when it was very sunny. It is made for men. The shoulders are wide, the hips are not. It is very sunproof. It's got the loopholes for your thumbs, which I really like. It comes with a pocket sewn into the side somewhere, possibly here. Yes, here. Which will take absolutely nothing but a couple of bank cards. But it will be in your way if you're unlucky. Anyway, we did use the hoods when it was the sandstorm time, and a couple of times when it was very rainy. I like it. I wish it was made for women as well. The shape is not quite correct for me, but it was good enough. And then my beloved, very, very orange sun hoodie. Yeah, sun. It's not a hoodie. It's just a sun shirt, I guess. Very long, very soft. I've slept in it as well. Comes with the thumb holes, and it kept the sun off me. But it was not warm, so that was for the warm days, not the cold, windy days. Okay, so that was the clothes part. I think one of my favorite things I brought is this thing. The little miniature hot water bottle. Works just like a normal one, open, close, all that stuff, holds tight. But if you're cold, this makes a ginormous difference. Definitely gonna take that every time. I brought extra Ziploc bags. This is... Now, I'm allergic to perfume, which is a bit of an issue when you travel around. So when we had to wash our clothes in washing machines, these are these sort of... Well, I'd say they kind of feel almost plasticky, but they are washing sheets. So they're soap. You just pop them into the washing machine with your clothes. They work very well. I just got them on Amazon. Make sure you zip them up though. Don't want any fluff on your hands. These ones. Osprey. What do you call them? Roll top bags, I think. Let's demonstrate. You just put some stuff in. For instance, all your clothes. And you sort of roll it a little bit. And then you can squeeze out the air. And snap it up. And it's much less to carry. And they're waterproof. So I have a 12 litre and a 6 litre. And that just makes it easier to split stuff out in your bag. Right, so should we get into what's in here? I have a little hairbrush, electrolytes, pseudocreme. They were hard to find. The lockable pins, what are they called?
Safety pins.
Safety pins, yes. Yeah. Basically it. My shower kit. Now, I didn't travel with this big, this is an addition after we got to Porto. I just had a much smaller one for body lotion. Medical kit. Sports tape. That saved my Achilles tendons. Plasters and stuff. Blister kit. That we didn't need. Very good. Okay. Little towel, travel towel. I think it's Decathlon's own. The blow up pillow, Expedia, Ultra Pillow Large, a spork,
which we never used.
Now, I didn't actually travel with this from the get-go. It was a gift in one of our hostels. Horatio, he makes these himself, and I was just amazed by them, and I kept complimenting them. And then he gave me one which was so kind. Thank you, Horatio. This is going to be treasured. My little lucky animal my mother gave me. This has nothing to do with the Camino, so that's just for good luck. Thank you. I had these, which is just generic, packing straps. Just in case I needed to carry a whole lot of stuff and strap one of the Ospreys on, but I didn't use it.
We actually use them to tie a couple of single beds together occasionally.
Yeah, that's it. So when we sleep, they wouldn't slide away from each other. A little plug just in case someone would put a bathtub in but have no plug. We are not risking that again.
We did use that a couple of times.
We did, yes. Okay. I brought my Leatherman. Well, look like I do feel leaning. So my Leatherman, I didn't actually use it, but you know, it's good to have. It's got tongs and stuff. I have my Anchor charging thingy for phone and headphones and watch, and of course a UK to EU changing thingy. I have my beloved Tilly hat, which has really proven its worth. Safety equipment, very important. And my Lecky trekking poles, which were also very good, like that I think. I needed some poles that, in case I do fall, they can take my weight so they don't bend. And these are very good. Shoes. The Ultra Lone Peak 7s, is that correct? They're a bit muddy, sorry about that. Mountain Warehouse sandals. I could have walked in these for a little bit, but I didn't need to. The C-Packs water bottle holder that fits onto most backpacks, so you can carry your water bottle here. Without that, I don't think we would have drunk half of what we did, so that's a very good purchase. And my beloved Jack Wolfskin thumb bag. So in that, I have my gloves, came in handy. I was the one carrying our pilgrim passports to get stamped, which was easy. Got my cards, my wallet, hand cream, which was important for me because mine cracked. Painkillers, lip balm, AirPods. That's it. And of course, my backpack. I carried all of it. Low Alpine 30. It's very good. It has its own cover sewn into it, which was one of the features that I really liked. It's got these things to carry your sticks, and then you just snap them in here, and it fits me really well. One big room inside. Can only recommend. That's it. If there's anything I didn't go into enough detail with, or that you want to know the name, brand of, just shoot a message and I'll tell you. Okay, bye.
Okay, so you've seen Tina's gear. We're actually carrying quite a bit of the same stuff. This is my sun hoodie, which I loved. You'll have seen it pretty much every single day. Slightly waterproof, factor 50, backstash. Got it online at Amazon. Stretchy, quick drying, loved it. Couldn't do without it. Now these are my two base layers. This one I wore pretty much every single day. I think it's Montaigne. The number one feature of all the stuff that we brought was quick drying, as Tisa said, so you could wash it in the evening in a sink and dry it before the next day. And it just means you can bring a lot less kit. So this I wore pretty much every single day because we had a lot of cold weather. This one's a Mountain Warehouse merino wool base layer. Now, I'll be honest, I actually, although I used it quite a lot, I really wore it as my town clothes because actually it looked quite smart compared to the rest of the stuff. Tina actually had a very similar one, a merino wool for particularly cold days.
I was wearing it in the video.
And then this one really for moderate cold days. T-shirts, I brought two t-shirts, just generic, quick drying walking t-shirts. And again, number one feature really, quick drying. And that meant I could wear one and have one spare. Underwear, I brought 3 pairs of underwear in total. Again, quick drying merino wool, because then it meant that you could wash them and dry them nice and quickly.
I think you had smart wool ones?
Yeah, smart wool, sorry, yeah. Like Tina, we like the piggy socks. I had 2 pairs of piggy socks, which took me a few days to get used to, but then I found them brilliant. And then I had 1 other pair of socks, just a regular pair. I think they were Bridgedale or something socks. That's, you know, smart wool socks. So 3 pairs of socks, 3 pairs of underpants. You might be familiar now with the pantsident that happened. I originally came with 2 pairs of long trousers and then my trusty shorts. However, 1 pair of trousers just didn't fit properly. They kept falling down, so they met their maker just over the bridge early on. I definitely could cope very, very easily, and the next time we do a Camino or a long walk, I will bring 1 pair of trousers. These are just Decathlon, own brand, quick drying, brilliant, no issues at all. So I can definitely get away with 1 pair of trousers, 1 pair of shorts, and then of course our buffs, which you probably know about. Same as Tina, just a single bandana. I didn't actually use mine as a scarf. What I did do is I tied it onto my rucksack, because then you can use it for mopping your brow, and although it might sound a little bit gross, trust me, you'll need it. Noses, you know, drying hands, and then basically just give it a rinse in the sink in the evening and it's good to go the next day. So multi-purpose, brilliant. I think that's all my clothes. We've had plenty of questions about the electronics and camera gear. We were basically using iPhone 15s to film everything. Can't recommend it highly enough. We talked about it in our Q&A, but the camera is brilliant, the supporting software is excellent, and even though we had other options, we still went with the iPhone 15. Coupled with that is the Joby, I think it's pronounced, the Gorilla Pod that everyone's familiar with. We use that a lot, and also we combined it with a Joby phone grip. This one was excellent. Kept hold of the phone even when we were hanging it over bridges and things like that.
Only fell over once?
Yeah, only fell over once, and that was mainly my fault. So excellent if you're going to be doing that kind of filming. Hedwig, which everyone has seen. Hedwig is a DJI Mini Pro 4. He weighs 249 grams. The software, the camera, awesome. Really, really good drone. So I ummed and ahed at the beginning whether to bring him or not, but he was absolutely worth it. Brilliant piece of kit. And to go along with that, there's the controller. You can actually control it via phone, but I prefer the controller, even though it's of course extra weight. And a spare battery. You get about 20 minutes of flight time, so we always carried a spare battery. The only other sort of electronics really was we shared the Anchor charging point with just various charging cables and an adapter. We did bring battery packs.
Oh yeah, we did.
But we shipped them back simply because we just never used them. I think we used it once, twice if you include when I couldn't be bothered to get out of bed and look for the plug-in charger.
I'll be honest, I never used mine.
No. So, and bearing in mind, I was the one that was running Google Maps. I had Camino Ninja open. Tina and I both played Pikmin, which is an online game, which is using it all the time. And then looking on booking.com and various other things, and only once did I get to the point where I was down to about 10% battery. So unless you have extreme power needs, we actually did without a battery with no issues at all. Oh, one other item of clothing that I nearly forgot, gloves. These are just a little lightweight pair of waterproof gloves that I can use with the phone. Really came in handy. On the cold, wet days, without those gloves, my hands would have been like little blocks of ice. So I love those things. Then we have our little seating pads. We've got two. Any brand really will do. Came in really handy because obviously we had a lot of wet weather, and also, you know, sitting on a sharp rocky thing is no good. And as you know, Chonky Trundlers love to sit down on benches and stones. Same as Tina, I had a Z-Pack water holder. Awesome, because we didn't want to use the camel pack for various reasons. We just didn't really want one. And if the bottles had been in a place where they're hard to get to, we would never have used them. So these things just clip on the strap of your rucksack, super easy. We couldn't find them in the UK, we had to send away for them. 100% worth it. And then as the actual water bottle ourselves, we just had a 750 milliliter bottle. My pack, mixed feelings about my pack. It's a low alpine 35-45. I bought it last minute because I discovered that Hedwig didn't fit. I had the exact same pack as Tina's got, a 30, but Hedwig and various other things, because I was carrying camera gear, didn't really fit as well. So as a very last minute thing, I bought this online, didn't get a chance to try it on. It did the job, but I found issues with the straps. They don't sit across the shoulder. So I did find, because my pack at times, I think it was a max weight was about 10.5, 11 kilograms, it dug into my shoulders quite a bit. Plus the straps sort of twisted. And although it's a good pack because it's extremely hard wearing, very durable, waterproof, it's got a built-in rain cover, but all that comes at just over 1.25 kilograms. So that's a heavy pack. So it won't be following us on future adventures. I'll take some time, I'll find a more lightweight pack that will suit our needs a little bit better. But it did a good job. Same as Tina, I had multiple dry packs, different manufacturers. Cedar Summits, Osprey, doesn't really matter, they're just dry packs. Really handy because it keeps all your stuff separate in your bag. It saves you rooting around. One for clothes, one for bits and bobs, one for electronics. Job done. Moving on over here, I had a little lightweight cloth wallet just for carrying cards and what have you. My inflatable pillow, only used it once. Same little travel towel as Tina. Again, we only used it once. I didn't particularly need it. Our little journals, which as bad boys and girls we did not do very well with, but that was a good thought. Little earbuds. We never used them on the walk. We just like to chat and listen to the nature, but they were good for the flights. Little pair of scissors, try and keep my beard in check.
Maybe you should have used them a bit more.
Didn't always go into effect. Little pack of blister, plasters, surgical tape, lip balm, that kind of stuff. Again, never needed. Actually, that's not true. I used one plaster once on my finger. My little Victorinox knife, which with hindsight, I would have brought my smaller one. I used it twice, but only for cooking. When we were in various places that didn't have any decent knives. These were one of our most used and most valuable items. Safety clip pins and about 4 meters of paracord because we made washing lines. Clothes pegs are bigger and bulkier and unclip, whereas safety pins, super light, super small, and no matter how strong the wind, your stuff will not fly off into the Atlantic. So highly recommend those for your laundry.
And if you can't find them, go on Amazon.
Yep, absolutely. Surprisingly enough, we had real problems finding those. Sunglasses, Tina wore her sunglasses a lot. I think I only wore my sunglasses 2 or 3 times. Because I had a broad brim hat, I didn't really need them, and I wanted to see the light and the colours. So, but by all means, obviously, and don't forget we were walking in February, March. Talk about carrying your fears. I was obsessed with the fact that my glasses would break or fall apart, so I hunted around. I had a little screwdriver for fixing my glasses. I had about 62 different types of tiny screws. Never used them once, of course. Spare pair of glasses, just in case I couldn't repair them. As you can tell, I'm a little bit obsessed with breaking my glasses. I am quite clumsy.
That's not why.
Pen, which I love. It's my little tactical pen. Good pen. Sport, same as Tina. Never used it once. Not once. But hey, you know, we could have done. Washing kit, which is basically I had a little thing of shampoo which doubles up as shower. In 4 weeks, I emptied it once, and this one, as you can see, is nearly full. Sun protection. We call this our deodorant. We shared a deodorant. I know a lot of people don't bother, but we just did, and it was just much more pleasant for us. So that's that. My brush. This brush was not intended to come. It's too big, too bulky. I actually had a little purpose metal comb, but somehow it made it into my pack. I think it snuck in there when I wasn't looking. And then various knickknacks. I've got my little lucky cat, same as Tina from Tina's mum. My inhaler, the microphones, and a Sharpie pen. And my handy gel. A cloth, just a standard, cloth that I kept, and I used it for glasses every single day. I mopped up water that I spilled, really, really handy. The now famous Kendall mint cake that everyone now knows about. Awesome stuff, we'll never travel without it. This one, technically not a piece of kit, but it was just a little sort of ceremony that Tina and I planned.
Maybe it should be.
It had 2 little bottles of port, which we carried from Porto, and then we drank them on the plaza just outside Santiago Cathedral. So obviously not technically a piece of kit. If I had to choose a piece of equipment that I have loved the most, this would definitely be in the top couple. It's my beloved Tilly hat, indestructible. Washed it, crushed it, did everything with it. Love it. Big broad brim, kept the sun off my neck, kept the sun out of my face. Awesome piece of kit. Our slack packs are made by, this one in particular was called For Monster. Really recommend them. It folds up incredibly small, it weighs almost nothing, and yet it's really tough. We have loaded this thing with multiple bottles of Coke and everything else, so it was handy for shopping, and we did use it that one slack pack day. Tina bought a Decathlon slack pack,
half use,
which broke after about 5 or 6 kilometers. So can highly recommend these, and amazingly it matched the color of my sun hoodie, but that wasn't on purpose. Sticks, same as Tina, Lecky. Now I had 2. I left Steve the stick just outside Padron. I'm hoping someone picked him up. I just never used 2 sticks. Tina used them a lot. Because I'm filming a lot, I just can't get on with 2 sticks. I just can't get the rhythm right. However, really useful on some of the hills, and particularly going downhill. So I would definitely take a stick. Same as Tina, Ultra Lone Peak 7s, big toe box. They're not waterproof. We deliberately went with the standard ones. Good grip. Can't recommend them highly enough. Really good. They were a tip. And then as my sort of town shoe stroke shower shoe, I went with a pair of Croc deck shoes. They're just mesh, but you know, they were brilliant. They had protected my toes and everything else. And I think that's it. I think that's everything. So if you've got any questions, as Tina said, just drop us a line and we'll happily let you know anything that we've missed. Hope that helps. Bye.